Hi guys, Wendy here with Artfully Created. Today I want to do a tutorial in showing you how to make this beautiful birthday card made from the Build a Cupcake punch. And I'm using the Birthday Bash DSP in the background, which is going to be retired. And then I'm using the Brights for the cupcake topping for the DSP, which also will be retiring. And if you haven't had the chance to check out this punch or own it, it is like fantastic. I am in love with it. So the first thing is we're going to use the wood grain embossing folder. We're going to make the bottom of the cupcake, and I'm using the wood grain texture folder, and I have a couple of samples. This is the one I used in the card, and depending on where you put your ink, because there's a front and a back. The front is going to have the Sizzix logo and the Stamp It Up logo. The back will just have the Made in China portion of it. And the top is also probably a 1/16 of an inch bigger than the back on either side. So I have a couple of samples. So I'm using the Baked Brown Sugar, which is the 2013-2015 color that is going to be retired. And I'm so sad because I love this brown. It is the best brown. And that was this. And then I did this one, and I honestly can't remember. I used a different brown. I think I used the soft suede. And then the raised edges, I just inked it with the Baked Brown Sugar after I was done with the impression doing that. So I got a two-tone effect. And the thing I don't like about that is there's the lines from the stamp pad. And so then I did this one where you're putting the ink on the back side. So you're putting it on this right here, and I blotted it doing blot 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 type method, and it has these interesting little striations, which is great for the texture of the tree, but that's not the texture I wanted for the cupcake. And then I'm using the front and it's a nice smooth, there's no stamp pad demarcation, and so I took the front of the embossing folder and I went like this. I lightly just brushed it across without any stopping, so you get those demarcations, and I really liked how that turned out. But in my example, this is what I used. And so I am going to take this one and use it for our sample card today. And the little cupcake. And it really is Build a Cupcake. You got these three little dots, you got the cherry, a little candle, the top, which can also be used as clouds, and then this bottom part. And if you want to save your paper, cut off an inch strip, and that will help you save from cutting out all those punches. I mean, you're going to cut some of them out anyway, and so you can just slide this little inch strip where you want the cupcake that looks more like the outside of the cupcake container. cupcake cup. I don't know what it is called. And embossing also weakens your paper, so it has a tendency to fall apart. So cut 3 of those out. And see, you're going to cut the little candle. There's just no way around it. And so I'm not going to get another punch out of that one. But you can take your time. For the purposes here, I'll just cut everything out. And you never know, you can use it for a different project. Okay, so then we're going to build our card 5.5 by 4, and I'm using the Daffodil Delight. And then the Birthday Bash, and it's double-sided, and I liked the little confetti. This is 5 1/4 times 3 3/4. I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue, and I like the Tombow glue. Gives you a little bit of wiggle room, and I'm not always the best at lining stuff up, and obviously this wasn't lined up, so I'm just gonna try it again. And if you were using the snail, it would have been stuck and you would have had to start over or just go with it. Okay, and then let's see, we are also using the background of where the cupcakes are is Tempting Turquoise cardstock, and those are 2 1/8 times 1 5/8. And these are going to go like that. And then we're using the Whisper White, and that's 2 inches by 1 1/2, and those will go on top of there. But I'm also using Bermuda Bay and a little dauber, and I'm coloring the outside. I just love just to make the outside a different, colorful instead of having it stark white. I like a little dimension and a little fun. So this is real easy. You can probably even use makeup sponges if you don't have the daubers. I personally love the daubers because they just fit right on your finger and makes it easy, simple. And then I always put this little, you get these 4 different, where you add the color on the outside, you get 4 of them for the different languages. So I just take one of the languages, put it on the dauber so I know that what color that goes with. If you don't have a nice label maker like some people have labeled them, that's an easy way to go about it. And then, let's see, I want to glue these together. Layer them on top of each other. And I don't like to measure. If I can get away from measuring, I will. I remember hearing someone say, measure twice, cut once. And I have a lot of little oops where I measured once and I end up cutting twice. So if you want to save some paper, just take your time lining it up and measuring. Don't do like me, where you miscalculate and have to cut them out again. And I usually do the two right and left sides first, and then put the one in the middle with the space that's left. And if you like it perfect, you can, take the time to measure. I'm not going to measure, but it works for me. And then those will go there. And I love the texture this gives. It really looks like they are the cupcake, that little paper thing you have to take off the cupcake. So if you don't have this wood grain, it is an awesome embossing folder. And then we need our cupcake. And so I've cut the 3 different colors, and these are all in the Brights collection. Daffodil Delight, and I think this is Tangerine Tango, and then this was the Bermuda Bay. And you can line this up, use the polka dot side. You can line this up just on the top portion. You don't have to cut out that. It's going to cut out a little candle. Then you also want to cut out the cherry, which is what I used. If you want the little candle instead of the cherry, you can choose to do that as well. But I'm doing the cherry, so I'm going to line that up. And do that for all 3 colors. And I'm sad that this DSP is retiring. I love the polka dots. They're just so happy. And then I am gluing the cherry on. First. And I'm just putting a little dot of glue. You can use the glue dots if that's easier for you. Doesn't take much glue. The harder part is getting it lined up and not getting glue on your fingers. And that one I put top there. And then I am putting dimensionals on the back of this. Just for different dimension. And there you go. And that is the front of your card. I guess there it's cute, huh? And then just get your card base, glue it to the card base, And there you have a fun, simple birthday card for a young child. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed that. Give me a thumbs up if you like this tutorial. Leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. And I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys, have a great day.